ain't drunk. I'm just drinking.
But you're so high.
Oh man, you know I ain't high.
But you're so high.
Yeah, well I just take a little sip every now and then.
But you're so high.
You ought to be ashamed of
Stay
yourself.
drunk all
Oh,
the
come on now,
time.
you all don't feel like that.
Bam! Kids, tonight, happy Friday night, everybody's favorite day. And today, guys, is a special day. Only thing those props are good for is stirring a roto twister. We are building the American Headhunter. Oh! I am just like, I put up a video last night of my brothers, Lincoln and Gary, down in North Carolina, and they did the hydro dip of the American, what I call the American Headhunter, which is a Mocha Simplex Pro. And my brother Al, who runs Mocha Simplex Pro up in Canada, he sold it to this, he sold it to my brother Lincoln. Lincoln and Gary hydro dipped it. You guys saw the video, amazing. And I was just like, so just in awe. Just, you can't even fucking imagine. And today, Friday, the next day, I got the bird. I got the frame. So we're going to do the build. Now, I couldn't wait. He sends me this this box, right? And my brother Lincoln, and he sends me the box, and I open it up. There's a Christmas present in it, and another thing, and I'll show you in a minute. And he says, and I can't show you because I'm worse than a kid. I had to fucking unwrap it, right? So, because I knew it was coming, and I ripped it out. And the label said, do not open until Christmas. Like, yeah, right. Well, happy Christmas, because that's what today is, son. And anyway, there's a Christmas card in there. There's the frame and all this other stuff. And he sends me a text later, because I'm like giddy, right? I'm texting. I'm like, oh my God, this is so cool. And I mailed him his drone that I built for him today. And but anyway, he said his wife and kids wanted to be part of it. And so his wife said, why don't you wrap it up in Christmas wrapping paper? So he starts doing it. He's telling me this via text. He starts doing it, and he's fucking it all up. And his wife takes the shit from him and wraps. She goes, man, you can't do nothing by yourself. I'm going to do it for you. Sounds like my wife, dude. Our wives will get along great. And they will meet. Like I said, next time in North Carolina, we're all going out for dinner. So, and I get down there often. So there you go. But I want to, and he sent me a wonderful letter too. Handwritten, which I love. I'm going to read it. Why not? JJ, my brother and friend, I would like to thank you for being a friend and a brother and a teacher. I can remember the first video I watched of yours was a Micro Brushless World episode 1, which those were funny. Yeah. And you had me hooked. I watched so many videos before that and they helped, but you just have something that works. I wrote comments and asked other people questions, but I had no response. But the first one I asked you, you gave me an answer, and I was surprised by that. That's when I knew you really liked helping. I asked you about motors and I should put on my fly egg. I don't remember any of this, dude, because I was probably drinking. But anyway, you got me in the right direction. I had so many more questions, but you always responded. Now look at where we are. Thanks so much. I hope the frame works out for you, and I really wanted to do my best. Thanks for everything, Lincoln Dave. My good friend, and his brother Gary. It's not his brother, but it's his buddy brother, like we all are on the channel. Love it. This is going in my flag box that Zebra sent me. And then his family in the box sends me this Christmas card. Merry Christmas to a special family, me and my 3 girls, wife, 2 daughters. Wishing you all lots of wonderful moments turned into memories and magic. Because that's what makes Christmas so special. Enjoy your holiday from my family, Lincoln, Imani, Nakisha, and Alexis. I apologize if I pronounce that wrong. I'm shit with names. Love this, love this, love this, love this. I just, oh my God. From a dear friend of mine, I will cherish this forever. And I'm not a gooey guy. I'm really not. But certain things, I'm telling you, forget about it. So anyway, this thing's all gift wrapped in Christmas paper. It's beautiful. I'm like, oh my God, this is so cool. But I didn't open the present first. There was another thing in there wrapped in bubble wrap and shit. And I want you guys to see this. This is from Gary Collins, the other gentleman in the video that did the hydro dip with Lincoln. Lincoln was the guy that was doing most of the dipping and all that crap. And Gary at the end, if I remember right, did the clear coat and all that good stuff. And he's the cameraman mostly. Gary bought this and did this one for me. This is a RoboCat. And they hydro dipped it in the American flag. And he did a hydro dip in camo. Is that not the coolest damn thing you've ever seen? This is a RoboCat 270. And I was not expecting this. And Gary also made Patriot Blade stickers, which is our actual symbol that Quadfather PJ made for us. Look at that, PJ. Bam. It's coming your way. And he also said, hey, this is where we order stickers. He sent me the place for our church and whatever else, and he had the good graces to send me a couple of them as samples because he wanted me to see them. I'm going to get big ones and send them out to you guys. Love it. Anyway, I was not expecting this. I was expecting the mocha because Lincoln told me about the mocha, and this was just, I opened it up and I'm like, oh my God, look at it. Is that not the most beautiful thing you've ever seen? I mean, I was not expecting this. And in the package, he's Lincoln. I've been up since 4:30 this morning because of my wonderful children, so I apologize. But anyway, Lincoln said to me, the RoboCat is from Gary, and the mocha is from me. And this is absolutely just stunning. This thing is perfect. It's all automotive clear coat, as you guys saw. I'm just like, look at this. Look at it. Really? So this is not something I was expecting. So Gary, my brother, is going to get something from me. That's going to be a surprise. If he wants to share it, he can. If not, that's fine too. I'm going to turn this into a drone. This is an excellent frame. If you guys have ever seen a RoboCat, this is an excellent frame for a GPS drone. And that's what I'm going to turn it into because I don't crash drones as much, and I don't want to crash anything with this beautiful I mean, look at, that's all hydro dipped, kids. This is a black carbon fiber frame. I mean, normally. Gary, my brother, I love you. Thank you so much. So this is getting set off to the side. I just wanted to share this with you guys. This is from Gary. And it's just, it's immaculate. The camera's probably not picking it up, but this thing is like, it looks like it was made to be this way. It's just phenomenal. And they clear coated over it so the stickers are there forever. Patriot Blades drone, and we're going to have a Patriot Blades mascot for the quad. Now, on with the build. For fun, to a couple of my friends, I put the Mocha Simplex Pro that Lincoln and Gary did for me. Lincoln, it was all Lincoln's idea as far as I know. I did put it together. I modeled it up in a dry fit and showed some pictures to my friends. But I decided to take it apart because I want you guys to see what this thing's going to be. Now, here's one half of it. Look. And this is, they did, if you guys watch the videos, they did a body in white, which is what you do. Think of primer. It's kind of like that. They scuffed it. They did a body in white. Then they hydro dipped it with the American flag, as you can see. And then they clear coated it. Just absolutely phenomenal. And here would be the other side. Okay. Absolutely fucking amazing. Now, these are symmetrical frames. So if you look at, this is that exact frame. I took the guts out of this because I'm putting a different flight controller in it this week. But anyway, it's this exact frame. All right. Now, when I build a Mocha Simplex Pro, here's another one. And my buddy Alan Canada's like, yeah, this whole wall's full of my shit. That's how I build them. I build them in a Headhunter. And that's how the Patriot's going to be. So yeah, but let me show you guys. This is the ultimate build for me. We have a 100% custom frame. My friend in Canada who designed and made it, and then Lincoln bought it from him. This was not a donation. He bought it from him. And then Lincoln and Gary did the dip. You cannot reproduce this. 100% original, bam, right? And I decided, well, if we're going to do this, we're going to make this the mascot of Patriot Blades. This is not a Patriot Blade build. This is not going to be sent around to the masses or anything like that. Okay, I'll get to that at the end of the video. This is my bird because it's from my friends, and I bought all the guts for it, obviously. But just stunning. So I think Mocha makes some of the best frames in the fucking world. Yeah, anyway. And he doesn't pay me to say that. I buy my frames from him. He did give me one, but I bought the other 3 and whatever. I just think they're stunning. They have style. They're high quality. They're priced well. The shipping's like that. If you have a question, he answers you. He's a great human being. Talk to him a lot. So there's the frame. So I decided we got to do something really beautiful with this frame. So I'm going to show you guys what we're putting in. We're going, and I already kind of half-assed assembled this. This is not, it's a build video, but it's not like a how-to video. We have an Omnibus F7 with the ISO-mounted gyro and a 35 amp BL Heli 32 D-Shot 1200 all-in-one ESC. Bam. Okay. I can't remember the brand. Anyway, I pre-tinned these just to save time. That's going in for the guts. Then, kids, Brother Hobby. I'm keeping the scheme. Red, white, and blue, man. This is America, okay? We are putting in Brother Hobby Returner R5 motors. These are 2306, 2650 kV. And let me tell you, kids, this thing is smoother than, oh, forget about it. It's just, oh, gorgeous. So we got 4 of those we're putting in. Nylon washers, that's a whole nother devil. What else we putting on this piggy? Fox ear. Now, the Mocha Simplex Pro holds a micro cam. Even though it's a full-size bird, it's a bike, what is it, Al? A $195, I think, 195 millimeters. So you figure 200 mil quad. Most 200 mil quads hold a normal camera. He designed it so it holds a micro. Now, I didn't show you the cool part of this. If you guys look at, here's a Mocha Simplex Pro, okay? And it's got the TPU 3D printed housing, okay? We have hydro-dipped American flag. That's going in. And special thanks to Mocha, because Lincoln said, hey, JJ's a buddy of mine. So my brother Al at Mocha sent 2 cowls because they weren't sure how the hydro dip was going to cure or adhere to the nose. So he sent them 2. This is their test one, which actually didn't turn out too bad. It's a little sketchy right here, but this one turned out gorgeous, gorgeous. So this is the one that we're going to use in the build. And I think it's got a good contrast to it, so that's going in there. But anyway, back to the point, Mocha Simplex Pro holds a micro camera. So instead of using something like this, which is a Runcam Micro Swift, we're going to use the Fox Ear. And I've got the Fox Ear. Who did I put this in? Oh, I haven't done this video yet, but this is another Tama quad that I did the other day. I'll do that video tomorrow. But anyway, so Fox Ear. I like Fox Ear. Fox Ear is kind of the underdog to Runcam, so I give him a break, right? So we're going to put this guy in. And then we got the gorgeous motors. And let's see, what else? Flight controller, the ESC, and these gorgeous Lumineer 5533 props. Never used them. I bought them. These are some turbo. Look at the blenders, man. But I wanted to go with the theme of the red, white, blue, and all that stuff. So that's what we're doing. So, oh my goodness. So where are we going to start? I'm just like, oh my God, I don't know even what to do. So what we're going to do, I'm going to build this in a Headhunter configuration. So I want to pick the patterns when you do a hydro dip. And I used to restore guitars. I'm a big guitar player. I used to restore guitars. And I did a lot of stuff with that. And I've done hydro dipping in guitars back in the day. And no hydro dips the same way twice, ever. Okay? So you got to pick your devil. So I'm thinking this is going to be the top. And that's going to be the bottom. Bam. Now, he did do both sides, but you can see the bottom isn't quite as nice because you have to, when you already hydro dip the top and you've got a nice finish, you have to kind of do a surface dump for the bottom. So it's expected. It's not going to be perfect. So that's how I'm going to build this baby. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these gorgeous motas and we're going to put these on. God, those are awesome. I'm just like, forget about it. If I wasn't married to my old lady already, I'd be marrying this bird. I'll tell you what, this is just fucking forget about it. You know, I said that joke. on a build for the Cerebus a while back, I think. I said, this frame is so sexy, because I do... The Cerebus and Mocha Simplex are my two favorite frames. And I got a couple Cerebuses, too. And I said that in a video, and that was the first video my buddy Shiloh, which is Juan out in New York. It's the first time he ever commented, and I think he thought I was a real cunt, because, it's like, oh, this thing's sexier than my wife. And he's like, dude, quads are cool, man, but... Yeah, that's my Puerto Rican accent. Yeah, cool, but I don't think I leave my lady for him. But now he and I are like best friends, so it all worked out. So there we go. So what we're going to do, we are going to take thread lock. And the other thing that I'm going to do, I bought a bunch of M3 nylon washers. These are plastic because I don't want to screw up the paint job on this. Bam, we'll just put those right there. And we're going to put those on the bottom right there. Now, here's the trick. When I build a bird, a full-size bird, I work from the outside in. I just do. I don't know why. I mount my motors first and whatever else. So what we're going to do, I'm not going to do this on camera because who the fuck wants to watch somebody screw in screws. We're going to take some thread lock, bam, blue, don't use red, and we're going to put in all these motors, and I'm going to put washers on the back side to keep the frame purty. And then we're going to get that down. Then what we're going to do is we're going to mount the wires. But this is a show bird, okay? So I'm not going to be taping this. You're going to see what I'm going to do. So let me get the motors mounted real quick, and then we'll be right back. Bam! See you in a second. Bam! We're back. Okay. So what do we got? We got the bottom half, and we've got the top half. This is a Headhunter. Now this is, like I said... I know I'm not the one that invented this configuration, but I don't see anybody else doing it. But I'm sure other people do, right? But I like it with the motors upside down in the back, and that's what we've got. So we're going to do something interesting, okay? What that is, see if I can get more light on this thing. Yeah, sucking. There we go. I don't want to use Captain tape. I don't want to use zip strips. Ugh. Bam! We're going to do something different. Now, one of the things while I'm doing this, basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to take rubbing alcohol, and I'm going to clean the wires and dust the frame. And I know you guys are like, really? What the fuck is that? And it's not because I'm OCD. Trust me. Farthest fucking thing in the world from OCD. But what I am doing, cleaning off any grease from the factory on this. This is a show bird. Now, one of the things you guys are thinking, if you're bored enough and you're watching my shit, is like, dude, you have a custom, Hydro Dip is paint, theoretically, okay? No, not theoretically, it is. In one good crash, this thing's gonna look like a bag of shit. And you're like, why would you paint a quadcopter frame? There's a reason you don't paint quadcopter frames, guys. And that's because, especially if you're a JJ Roto geek, I fly like a fucking moron, right? And you're like, the second you crash that thing, you're screwed, dude. That thing's not going to be pretty anymore. Well, that's very true. But here's my plan. My wife, my gorgeous smoking hot wife, is a professional photographer. So after I get this baby done, she's going to take pictures of it on black mat. And it's going to be the mascot of the club. This thing is going to be on the front page of the Patriot Blades website. And I need to talk to my brother, see what the hang up is on that. But anyway, and this bird is only going to get flown 3 times a year. And you're all like, what? And what I mean by that, it's going to be flown on Memorial Day, Veterans Day, and 4th of July. That is it. Bam. You're like, you're building this awesome bird and you're not going to fly it? Yep, that's exactly what I'm fucking saying. So now what we're going to do, we're going to take, let's see, we got about that wide, 3 mil, 4 mil. We're going to cut double-sided tape, narrow, and we're going to put it down the arms, and then we're going to stick the wires to it. Now, since they're cleaned with alcohol, they should stick fairly well. This is some super duper shit. This is, what is it, 3M? Yeah. And that's how I'm going to lay these out, just like that, nice and even. And I'm not going to do that on camera because that's just a waste of fucking time. So I'm going to do that, and hopefully it'll be reasonably invisible. So what we're going to do, we're going to measure, just because I'm usually not this OCD, but this is a one-in-a-lifetime build for my brother Lincoln. So what do we got here? That's tenths. I'm a millimeter guy. All right. 5 mil. Bang. All right. Good enough, 5 mil. So I'm going to cut some 5 mil strips of this, give or take, and we're going to set this down and press these in. I'll be right back. I'll show you what it looks like. Bam. Bam, we're back. Okay, that's what we've got. Now, a couple of these pieces, I think I got some of my finger goo on there, and they're not sticking super great, so I might have to come up with, put some CA on the back of the wires to make them stick a little bit better. But, so, if you see them coming off during the build, that's what happened. But, that's okay. I'll make it work. You get the idea. So, there we go. So this one is the bottom, right? Yep. And that guy's the top. Bam, like that. Pretty. So we're going to set him off to the side. We do not need that one. Now what we're going to do, we're going to put in our stack. All right, so the stack. ESC, we're going to have, I pre-tinned this already. So I'm going to actually wrap mine backwards. And I'll have to reorientate that in Betaflight, but that's okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put the stack in, bam, like that, and then we're going to cut all of our wires. No big deal. So we're going to take our screws, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to slam this stack. So, yeah. Right there, kids. So we're going to put a screw through there. Pulling Blackhawk here, not on the fucking camera. And then we're going to thread a nut on. Not but a peanut. Look at that. And we're going to do that all the way around. And then we're going to thread these into the FC and the ESC combo. And that's going to give us a nice tight stack. It's going to be gorgeous. Fucking forget about it. This is just... bam, beautiful. Okay. That's nothing but a peanut. So what I'm going to do, and this stack, like I said, this is, you don't have to use what I'm using. You can use any 4-in-1 ESC in any flight controller you want. You don't have to use this. I'm using this because I want this to be a high-end bird, F7, Omnibus, OSD, all that crap, and then BL32, BL Heli 32-bit, which is really fucking overrated in my opinion, but you know, whatever. I think that's one thing Bardwell and I agree on. So I'm going to slap this in. So all we're going to do, put in that last screw, keep pushing these down, and then we're going to thread those in through the bottom. You have a nice pretty stack, just like that. Bam. All right, I'll be right back. Bam, that was quick, and literally quick. That was very, very fast. So there we go. Now, the orientation of this board is not correct. It should be this way. So we're going to have to spin that in Betaflight on the orientation. Oh, God, those motors are hot. Look at that. But that's okay. The reason I did it this way is, one, it makes my wires neater, because basically this is a quick connect. You've got, and I'll put a build list in the description of this so you guys can... if you want to build this identical bird, talk to Lincoln. I'll put, let me know, and I'll talk to Lincoln, and him and Gary can hydro dip you a frame. And then I'll put a description of all the parts in, and Mocha's site, so you can buy Simplex Pro if you want, and these motors. This is not a cheap build, guys. Okay, there's a reason I'm doing this. It's a showpiece, and it's from friends, and it's gorgeous, and that's why I'm doing it. Yeah, this is not for the faint of heart when it comes to money. So, I mean, the motors alone, I think these are 26 bucks a pop. That's just for the motors. So, anyway, but anyhow, what's money? We all die. So the reason I rotated this is because I want my USB port off to the side. If you put this the right way around, the USB's in the back, and that's fucking annoying. I don't like that. So this is how you build a Headhunter. You actually build the front end first. Then when everything's done, the camera, the motors, everything, then you put this guy on. And then you put her together. So I'll show you that. So what we're going to do now, I've already pre-tinned everything. And as always, I always have a print off of my controller that I'm using. If it's Omnibus F3, F4, blah, 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 I have those memorized. But F7 I've only used it a couple times. A friend of mine in Louisville actually turned me onto it. It's a great, great processor. Miss you, bro. You need to talk to me. Anyway, so what are we going to do now? So what we're going to do now is we're going to cut our wire length. Now, usually I hack this. I don't usually do a really accurate job because it's fucking motor wires. Who cares, right? But this is our baby bird. So I am measuring every freaking one. Give yourself a little bit of room. But since I'm dealing with a defined length because I've taped these, I gotta be a little bit careful how I do this. Because if I don't cut them right, it's gonna be fugly. Okay, so, and literally guys, my fucking kids, my daughters got up at 4:30 in the morning and I had a 16-hour workday yesterday in the car and customers and robot runoff crap. Yeah, it wasn't fun. So hopefully I don't fuck this bird up. So now we're going to do this. Get this shot a little bit better for you guys. Now I'm holding down the wires because I probably should have taped them last. That's all right. The thing about tape, about double-sided tape, is what people don't understand is it is like glue. The longer it sits on there, the more it's going to seat, or stick, if you will. So now what we're going to do is we're going to tin these wires. And I'll go ahead and do the front for you, and the back side we'll do later, off camera, okay? Get them out of your way, bam. I actually ran out of solder the other day. I was like, fucking hell, seriously? I got some really thick, nasty shit. Shit, now I can't even find it. Welcome to JJ's Chop Shop. Where'd my fucking, there it is. I got this tubey shit. I don't even know what it came from. Bam. All right. So we're going to go ahead and tin these guys. Someday I'll buy a nice rig for recording video, but ain't gonna be today. Now, like I always say, never solder over your boards. Bad things can happen. Okay. And I'm probably going to trim these off a little bit. That's still in shot. Nope. Damn. Drinking and tired. That's all right. And we got more stuff coming too, man. Last week it was like fucking busy. You know it's bad when your friends on the channel like, glad you're back, when they finally see a video. It's like, I haven't been gone that long. It's like 4 or 5 days. People think I'm dead. Bardwell sent out a hunt club to kill me, which he probably should. Yeah, so anyway, fucking tweezers. There we go. All right, so we're going to solder these up. Nothing but a peanut. Nice and simple. Okay. Get rid of that little bit there. Bam. I hope Blackhawk's watching this. This old boy, his solder's getting better. Who was it? I was looking at, oh, Zebra. My brother Zebra, Richard, and his buddy, man, they solder like fucking stick welding, man. It's fucking terrible. Look at that. Look, it looks like headers on an engine, man. That is fucking sharp. All right. Go ahead and do the other side. Left-handed. Not really. There's a difference though. You get used to going a certain way. And remember, always heat through the wire. You're less apt to burn anything up. Okay. Bend your wire before you solder it too. Help yourself out. Wires do bend, guys. All right. So look at that. Headers on an engine, which I I guess in theory, they kind of are. Look at this. That's the piece of tape I think I have to replace. It's not holding very good. That's okay. Never done it this way before. This is new territory for me too. Look at that. Beautiful shit. All right, so the next bit, we're gonna put in the camera. Oh, shit, where's the camera? There, okay. These, my boys down North Carolina, Lincoln and Gary, those bastards, I love you guys. I'm saying that as a term of endearment, obviously. They even hydro dip the damn camera mounts. And you can't even see them. That's how fucking amazing those two are. So, now because of the paint, it's gonna be a little tricky to get in. There we go. Beautiful. Oh, this is gonna be just tits and ass. Oh, that one went right in. Too easy. All right, let me look at one of my other ones because these are oh, I can't. They got covers on them. That's right. I'm pretty sure that's right. My brother in Canada. No, it's not right. He's like freaking out. He's like, dude, you're doing it wrong. It's all right. There we go. Okay. Now, what we're going to do, I'm going to screw in one side, then the other. I'm going to mount this camera. So, here's our little fox here, and she's going to go in. We're going to leave the lens cap on. And that's for you there, my brother Mark in the UK. He keeps his lens caps. He's a cute little guy. He's like, fuck. And I was like, nah, you're just going to lose it anyway. All right. Now I'm going to grab my wire and my screws, and I'm going to go ahead and mount this up off camera because it's silly for you guys to watch this. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, bam, you're done. Okay, I'll show you the wiring here in a second. I'll show you the wiring right now. All right, so the wiring on this pig, look at this. There's your OSD hookup, okay? Here's your camera input. These have built-in OSD, which I do not use, and they have, so I'm going to actually pull that last lead out. I don't need it. I got OSD on my board. That's all I care about. There. So now we've got black, yellow, and red. The typical stuff. Now I'm going to cut this down. See. My inputs going right here. That'll work. You like how I measure? Bam. All right, and I strip all three at the same time. Somebody called me a master builder the other day. I thought that was really cute. I was like, really? Master builder, huh? Didn't know there was such a thing. Bardwell's turning over on his skirt like, oh, you know master builder. He's a hack. He drinks and curses. Nah. I just like giving Bardwell shit. He knows it too. He's cool. Well, he's not, but you know, he doesn't take it personally, and he shouldn't. This is a hobby. It's fun. It's not a way of life. It's not your kids. It's not your wife. Have fun. All right. So that's that. Now we're going to put this little dude in here, obviously. So let me screw this in, and we'll get this piggy mounted, and then I'll show you where it goes. Be right back. Bam. All right. There we go. Now, you see where this is going? You're building half a bird. I mean, seriously, that's what we're doing. And then once we assemble the rear end of things, all we gotta do is solder in the stuff. We're done. And we're gonna put in our VTX. So basically, I have not tightened up the camera yet. If you want to see, take a look at this. Bam, bam, bam. All right. Our video in is going to go right mia, and our video out to the VTX. And the VTX we're using on this guy is your good old-fashioned VTX 03 switchable VTX, and I put a pigtail on it. No big deal. Nothing fancy there. I've done like 3 videos on those. Go watch it. And then we've got to put in our 5-volt hot in order to power this. So I'm actually going to wire the 5-volt hot into the VTX right there. And I know for a fact that it goes red, black on those. So red and black for our 5 volts. So we'll go ahead and deal with that. So I'm going to go ahead and solder that video in right where she goes. I don't know if you can see this. It really doesn't matter. We want to make this nice and neat. I'm going to twist the wires up just like a peanut. And it's going to go into video in. Hopefully my big fat head ain't in the way. Bam, just like that. Beautiful. Now, I am going to wire in our hot and our cold, positive and negative, into here. Oh, come on. Yep, gonna have to use tweezers on this one. So I'm gonna get a little bit more solder on there. If you're having a problem getting that stick, sorry, I wasn't even in shot there. Good, you didn't see me fucking up. All right. Okay. And I am gonna solder over the board. You should not do this. Do as I say, not as I do. So, negative side is going to go right there. I hope I'm in shot. I don't know if I am or not. Y'all drinking anyway? Be like, fucking forget about it. Old Shiloh's like going, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Shiloh's my brother. He's actually testing the first Patriot build that we did, that Rocco and I built. Actually, I did this backwards. Yeah, I'm pumped about that. So I got to hear from my little friend and see how that birdie went. Okay. Right. So, where's our red hiding? Black and red. There he is. All right. Beautiful. All right. I'm going to check that. Make sure, because I think I crossed. That is a very tight solder joint. And I'm just, if you think, let me see if you guys can see this. If you think that you've got a short, you do. That is always the math that I have done. It's like, if it's making you think that you got one, you probably do. Okay, yep, still do. Nobody's infallible, guys. All right, sweet. That should be good. I'm gonna test that just because I am not trusting my eyes tonight. I should not be doing a premium build with like 3 hours of sleep. Let's just double check. Nope, we're good. Okay. Making sure there's no direct short. So we'll worry about where we're sticking this guy later. And now we've got to put it in 5 volts. So we're going to look at our board. Where's our board? Now, orientation-wise, USB would be this way. And we can pull 5 volts off of any of these right here. Signal side, okay? So that's what we're going to do. So we are going to do a hot and a cold off the side. We're going to tag right into that. 10. This solder sucks. I don't like it. It was free and I'm in a pinch. Fuck it. All right, so, and then we're going to go 5 volts. This is what we say, 5 volts off the rail. That's shit. That should do nicely. Ooh. That's a wad of goo. All right. We have to retin that wire. Okay. And we're going off the ground, and then we are good. Not but a peanut. Look at that. That's kind of globby. Looks like Black Hawk did it. All right. So there we go. We are good to go. The only thing we got left is video out. And video out is going to go right under our video in. Easy peasy. Always keep, that's too loud. Always keep an eye on your wires. And what I mean by that is don't wire wires under wires and then you get like this big rat's nest of shit at the end of the day. There we go. All right. Bam, done, kids. That's it. Aside from a receiver, that's it. Now, our receiver is very straightforward on this guy. Our receiver actually just goes into, let's see, our rail. Receiver should go right in the top. I honestly don't think I'm putting one in because I'm not flying this till next year because this is my mascot. This is only getting flown 3 days a year. 4th of July, Veterans Day, Memorial Day, bam, that is it. So I don't even think I'm going to waste a receiver on here. I was going to put in one of my FR Sky, but fuck it. So yeah, where are we going up here? Yep, we could put them in there, but we're not gonna. It's all right. Right there. All right, so now what we're gonna do, we're going to assemble this guy. This is gonna be fucking pretty. Now, I'm going to twist these up. I'll make this a little bit neater here. Always go for neat. Now, what I'm planning on doing is sticking this VTX up in the bird. Get rid of all my wasted tape. This is why Lowe's loves me. They're like, yeah, fucker wastes a lot of tape. All right. And we're going to trim that a bit. Now, this is a VTX 03. What is that? Eachine? Shit. Switchable by, what is it? 25, 50, 200, I think. And I think they're absolutely phenomenal. I've never smoked one. Yeah, so fuck it. It's all good. This is our little OSD doohickey. I'm going to worry about that later. I'll tuck him in with tweezers. No big deal. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our standoffs. I'm going to put washers on those too. You don't need to see me do this, but in case you guys want to build a Mocha Simplex Pro, this is a build for me. This is not for anything else. Nothing fancy. I know my buddy Warlock bought one, and hopefully a lot of you guys buy them because they're fucking awesome. I love this frame. And I think I said it in the video last night. My brother Lincoln said to me, and I thought he was just fucking around. I really thought, because usually when people ask me stuff, they're like, what do you like for this? What do you like for that? And it's for their own, you know, they're like, well, if JJ's wrecked it, he probably knows if it's any good or not, that type of thing. And so anyway, Lincoln says to me, you know, if you could have any frame, what's your favorite frame? I think he said. So I'm thinking, okay, this dude's just asking me, my brother, just asking me because he wants to build a nice build for himself. No big deal. And I said, honestly, I fucking love the Mocha Simplex. I do. I love the design. I love the way I do it. Sorry, Al, over there in Canada, but I love the Headhunter style. I get better battery life. I do. I don't know what it is. If it's the push-pull effect because I'm drawing air over the arms instead of pushing it down. I don't know what it is, but with a Headhunter configuration, I literally get more flight time. So anyway, that's neither here nor there. So Lincoln asks me, he's like, oh, dude, if you could have any frame, what's your favorite frame? I'm like, I'd have to say the Mocha Simplex and the Cerebus. I love the Cerebus frame. And I love Mocha. I like the Mocha better. I do. I have 2 Cerebuses and I have 4 Mochas. So, you know, do the math. And so he's like, oh, okay, cool. You know, and he's kind of left it like that. And I'm like, all right, whatever, dude. You know. And he goes, we're going to hydro dip it in the American flag for you. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Really? Oh, amazing. So this is going to go over this. And I think I can get away with mounting the VTX after the fact. So we're going to do a dry fit first. So we're going to put this like that. and we're going to set this up. So these two tabs on the camera are going to fit up into here, and then we're going to screw this down. So I'm going to do that off camera just so I can do it. Be right back. Bam. All right, there we go. Getting warmer. So now what we've got to do is we've got to cut these motor wires to length and solder those in. And one thing I did learn by assembling, I've built a few of these Mocha Simplexes now. We're going to put I probably should have soldered the battery lead off there, but before I, put the top on, that's okay. And our antenna mount is going to go through yeah, that's easy enough. I might pop it back off just for easy mounting of the VTX, but do not tighten it down all the way until you put in the nose. That nose, it kind of locks in there. It's a brilliant design. So I am going to basically do the exact same thing I did on the front motor wires, only for the back. And we're just going to run them down like this. Bam and bam. And I'm going to solder them all up. You guys don't need to see this. It's obvious. So I am going to do that real quick, and I'll be right back. All right, here we go. Done with that. Now we're going to stick this little OSD camera menu thingy-me-bob down there. And there we go. We got our little headers up here too now. Woohoo! Pretty. All right, that is done. So now what we're going to do, we are going to make a new tail. I'm going to move this guy out of the way. We'll just shoot the shit for a second. Bam. Because I know, I'm not good at build videos. I'm really not. I think I can build a bird in like, I don't know, an hour, start to finish, without video, of course, and have it nice. The last Mocha Simplex Pro I built, I think, was probably about an hour, and it was kind of one of those things where, I don't know. How do I explain? There's an art to it, I think. And it's like anything else. You do shit 8,000 fucking times, kids. Trust me when I say you'll be able to smoke through it. I can build a full-blown GPS drone like I built for my brother Lincoln, who's the guy who did this frame for me, in like, I think I built his in an hour and a half. Oops, wrong one. Yeah, but the nice thing about videoing is it makes you take your time a little bit. It's like, my brother Matt over in the UK, Matt Chewbacca, you guys see him commenting on shit all the time. I've literally been texting him and built a quad and had it done. And I send him pictures as I'm doing it. He's like, dude, really? I'm like, yeah, it's like anything else, So, round side's always negative, right? Now, if you ever want to know, always look at a battery. Round side, XT60, negative. How I do these, I fill the valley a little bit, lay your soldering iron in there. I'll zoom in. What the hell? I don't know. Getting back to the whole, I'm tired, guys, and I'm so excited to be building this build. I'm just like, my old lady's probably pissed at me because I haven't been home all week. I've been home, but I've been home late. And I'm just like, oh, I'm too excited. And Lincoln and Gary, I wanted you to know, Erin, my smoking hot wife, was with me while I unwrapped everything. And she's just like, oh my God, these guys are so cool. It's like, yes, they are. They're family. They were family way before this. All right. But the whole build video thing, it's like, I'm kind of torn, really, because you've got this whole, hang on, I'm trying to find fucking heat shrink that matches this bird. There it is. Or at least doesn't go against the grain. With build videos, I'm torn because it's like, if you watch me build a drone, and Warlock Hunter is getting finished, guys. It's actually done, and it does fly. I'm not Warlock Hunter. That's my brother. Troll Hunter, the big drone I'm building. And I'm going to get the iNav part of that video up this weekend. but it's done and flies physically. But okay, take me for instance, or a Bardwell, or anybody, and you watch a couple of their builds. Watch a quad build, and then watch a micro build, and then watch a drone build, if they do so, if they do drones. And you pretty much got their style. I mean, it's not like, I don't want to sit here and do build after build after build and just bore the living fuck out of people. It's like, oh, this dude's building another bird, yip-de-doo. Because once you learn somebody's style, it's like, I'm bored. I got better fucking things to do on a Friday night. Go bash on Bardwell. Watch his shit. I'm going to tin this offline here. So, yeah, this is a special build. This is my baby. This is my family made this for me. This is not a Patriot bird necessarily, but it is the Patriot mascot. This baby is going to be sharp. All right, so there we go. Bam, done. And let's see, we got negative and positive, so I'm just going to creep this in here. Doo-dee-doo-dee-doo. How do I want to do this? Negatives on the right. You're like, dude. I do have a vise that is very, very nice for this, but I just, I don't want to fuck up my paint job. It's all right. Don't want to be like a monkey throwing poo. All right. When at all possible, try to heat both sides. This is not going. We got to retin. All right. Are you guys fucking bored yet? You're like, damn. I got a couple diehard friends that'll watch my shit start to finish, and I'm like, man, you are fucking bored. Love you guys, but I wouldn't watch my shit. All right. Bang. Done. Got our hot lead. Our battery lead, should say. Okay. Now, the next thing I gotta do is figure out what I'm doing with this fucking VTX. I think I'm gonna take this post out. It's gonna make my life a little bit easier. A lot of this stuff is try and retry. Because even though you've built a frame before of the same style, you don't necessarily remember exactly how you did it. And I'm too lazy to look up at the wall 3 inches away from me, so. And you never know. Why repeat the same mistakes? Hope I can just scratch the shit out of that. I'm going to loosen these sides up a little bit. Okay. My baby. My beauty bird. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to have to pop the whole thing. Yep. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pop the frame off. I'm going to slide this VTX right under there. I never change my channel, so I don't need access to it. I'm going to put my VTX under there. I would normally probably put my receiver underneath the stack. That's just something that I do a lot of. And that's just what I do. Okay, so I'm going to do that real quick. I'll be right back, guys. Bam! Okay, there we go. So I have got my VTX pushed right under here. And I need to do a better job of that. There we go. Double-sided tape. That's the one thing I love about the VTX03. It is so light. And I already set my frequency and channel on this before I even put it in, but I can still get to the button right there. But it doesn't do you much good because you can't see the screen. But I already set it. So then what I do, I leave the pigtail long, and I give it some twist. Okay. Then I put it through here. I take a little bit of thread lock, because nothing is more irritating, and a little goes a long way, guys. Don't goop the shit on there, Matt. Just saying, you probably do that. I love you, but that's probably what you do. Fuck, I left that tool in the house. All right, bam. So I'm just gonna do it this way. There's nothing more irritating than trying to screw your fucking antenna on and have the damn thing spin around on you. I hate that, it drives me nuts. But I'm going to be very careful. Now, the nice thing about thread lock, like I thread locked all 3 of these bolts in every motor. I did not torque the shit out of those because you don't need to. They're not going to vibrate loose, guys. Okay? Ah, look at that. It's coming together, looking like a bird. Now, I'm going to set my angle. Oh, wrong one. Woohoo! Bam. Look at that. Yeah, we'll stay there. I can always adjust it later. So our VTX is in. Now, one thing that I do, I don't trust lock, thread lock. I always think it's going to eat through paint because it does eat through plastic. I still have my lid, my top of this frame, a little bit loose. Damn it, keep doing that. And then we're going to snap that cover on. Bam. All right, the nose piece, if you will. I need a drink. I need a smoke. Hang on, be right back. Bam! Sorry, needed a quick break. This has actually been a very exceptionally fast build, even for me. And I build really fast. Except when I'm videoing. I gotta redo that tape. Yeah, that's pretty. All right, and I can access my camera setting doohickey down there. So now what we're gonna do, everything's copacetic here. We are going to put on our cowl. Now, they made me 2 cowls. This was the experimental one, which kind of matches better, but it looks a little... It's really good. It's really not bad. Let's see. But I like this one because I think it stands out better. So I left my top plate a little bit loose. And we're going to snap this guy in. And you're going to see some beautiful shit right here. Maybe. There's one side. See, that's the problem with Mocha. My buddy Al's shit's too precise. Look at it. God bless America, that is gorgeous. All right, now we're going to torque these down. And trust me, son, you'll be able to hit Bardwell's big ass with this and you ain't popping that cowl off. Now, with my brother Al over there, and I'm calling him Al. That's not his full name, but he's the guy that's behind Mocha. And he's like me. He's a design engineer. I'm going to talk about him for a little bit. He does not sponsor me. He's never asked me to like, oh, promote my shit, make me wonderful, because we all know me. I'm too rated R for most companies anyway. But he's a fellow motorcycle nut. Well, I don't know if he's a nut. I'm a nut. And he was is one of the design engineers for Can-Am, those 3-wheeled motorcycles, the 2 in the front, 1 in the back. Unique bike, very, very unique. And I remember the first time I ever saw one, it was I was in Detroit actually. But anyway, that's another story. So he's a design engineer and he does frames on the weekends on the side. I mean, it's a hobby for him. He's a design engineer, that's what he does. And I'm a robotics design engineer, basically, applications engineer. And we got to talking, and I'm like, dude, we just have a lot in common. We're from different countries and different everything else, but I like him. I love his frames. I tell him that every time I talk to him. It's like, I love your shit. I will support you as much as I can because I genuinely think it's a good product. It's priced amazing, and I love it. I don't give a shit what anybody says. I'm not going to zip strip this down. This paint, one thing about automotive paint you guys have to understand, I've done a lot of painting on motorcycles and things like that, is not technically dry. These guys, my boys, painted this like 2 days ago. This thing needs to sit for about a week before it. And so that's why I'm being kind of gentle and I'm not really torquing the shit out of stuff. So we are pretty much almost done. We're going to throw on, and you're like, you didn't put the receiver in. Nope, because I'm not flying it till next summer. I told you, 3 days a year. So tune in for the next Memorial Day, Veterans Day, or 4th of July, whichever comes first. I've been drinking. And that's when I'm going to dial it in. It's not even getting a pop test. Yeah, sorry. That's just how it is. Now, a lot of guys if you're just tuning in, you're like, well, those motors are going to hit the ground. No, they're not. I have a battery on the bottom. They don't. I fly Headhunter configuration all the fucking time. I love it. It's my favorite config. So we're going to put on my red, white, and blue squirrely pagoda that I made. All right. Bam. Beauty. And I have flown this, but I haven't tested it, so don't be scrolling up. I mean, I tested a little bit the other day, but don't be scrolling up your antennas just yet till I say. There we go. Beautiful. Now, the last touch. This is going to drive you OCD guys nuts. I'm just going to push this shit away, because you got to see this bird. Don't want anything taken away from the, oops. Yoda's under here, by the way. Okay, so we're going to put the lens cap back on for Mark over in the UK, and we're going to pop on our props. Now, these are Lumineer whatevers. What the fuck are these? 5x5, 3x3. So 5x5 pitch with 3 blades. So we're going to, oh, God, bless America. It's gorgeous. So our front 2 blades go on normal. Now, when you're using lock nuts, guys, for those of you that are new to the game, just buy clockwise motors all the way around. There's 2 reasons you do that. 1, you just do it. And number 2, if you lose a nut, you don't have to go somewhere special to buy a new one. You don't need counterclockwise and clockwise nuts on lockers. You just don't. Now I'm going to, where's my, there it is. Whew, been a long fucking day, kiddies. We are going to torque these down a little bit, because I'm not flying it till next year anyway. You guys are like, how are you building such a nice bird? You're not even going to pop test it? Nope. Because this bitch is going in the grave with me. Okay, now, the bottom blades, these motors are still going to spin the same direction a normal quad does. So these are going this way, and these are going this way, okay? Unless you flip it around in beta flight, whatever. But don't let the upside downness confuse you, okay? So, and same thing with the props. Do not flip your props upside down. These probably aren't the best props to use for this. I just now realize that because they're too vexed. That's okay. It's for looks at this point, guys. Honestly, I'm not going to be flying this tomorrow, so I'll swap the props. These are just for looks. They are Lumineer. They're good props. That's stupid lens cap. Where's my other nut? Bardwell's still my nut. Sorry, dude. I love fucking with that guy. I don't have anything against him, except he's a dork. There we go. We'll just do it that way. All right. We'll just put them on like that. Save that. I'm not even putting a receiver in it. Now, I want to introduce you guys to the American Patriot. And this is fully functional. Let's see if we have any shorts. I didn't even test that. Always do the prostate check. And I don't edit my movies. If this is fucked up, you're going to know it right now. Nope. Perfect. Want to plug it in? Let's plug it in. A lot of people don't believe me. All right. Beautiful. No smoke. We got lights. Bam. Perfect. Okay. Now we do need a receiver, but like I said, I'm not flying this thing in the winter. There's no fucking way. This was made by my brothers, the frame, and given to me by my brothers. This is a gift, a personal gift to me, this frame, and I covet it. It's not even staying on the wall of fame out here in the garage. This is actually staying in my coveted pipe case underneath my flag that flew in desert land, my brother's Zebra. So it will fly. We do need to set up in beta flight and put in the receiver, obviously, but she'll fly like a rape date. These motors are just smoking, just amazing. I am going to put in in the description all the parts to this. Bam. It's gonna be gorgeous. And so if you guys want to build the same bird, you can. And you can, if you watch first part of this video, which is also going to be in the description, you can watch how they hydro dipped it, and you can build your own if you want. One of the things I do want to run by you guys, and then I'm going to leave you alone, is the fact of, I'm thinking this is such an amazing build. I mean, it is, guys. This thing is just hot, 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 hot. And if you've never flown it, I definitely have to change those props. Those aren't going to work. The cut's too deep. That's okay. It's such an amazing bird, and it's so beautiful. the way it is. And it's so just, I'm thinking, and I was so happy to be building, and I'm dreaming about it. Lincoln and Gary told me they were going to do this for me. I'm literally, for like the last 5 days, been dreaming about this fucking build. And it went really fast. When I cut videos, and I said, I'll be right back, literally, I was right back. It took me like minutes. This is a very fast build. And one of the things I'm thinking of, as I'm doing this, I'm thinking, man, it's so neat having a one-of-a-kind bird. You can't duplicate this. I mean, you can buy the same components, you can do all that stuff, but the love that my brothers did for the frame and everything, it's just literally, I'm not an overly sensitive person, guys. You know that. I can be a cunt or I can be the coolest guy I ever met, but I'm thinking, wouldn't it be awesome to do something like this? This is an expensive bird. This isn't cheap, obviously, but maybe make 2 versions of it. This one and maybe a little bit more affordable one, but only make like 5 a year. Now, hear me out. I want you guys, 90% of my people on my channel are friends of mine. Literally. You see that 700 number or whatever? I talk to literally almost all of you. And I value your opinion. And my channel, we all know, is just all kind of fucking weird. And Farview, that's for you. Bam. But I want your opinion on this. I wanted to do something nice. We're doing Patriot Blades, but Patriot Blades is for the guys in the club, anybody that wants to be into it. You want to help me do a build, or you want to donate a build, and then all these birds circulate. And you guys all know about Patriot Blades. But I'm thinking, wouldn't it be cool to build a really high-end monster, like something like this, or maybe even better, if that's possible. I don't think it is. And auction it. And all the profits from the auction get donated to the Disabled Veterans Fund. Or some charity. Maybe do one for toys, like for kids. I'd really like to do one for kids, like cancer or something like that, but definitely one for the vets too, because I'm a big, big vet nut. Yeah, I want to know your opinion, because if you build a bird like this for $300, $400, whatever it costs, I honestly haven't even added it up. And then I've talked to my buddy Lincoln. He said he would donate his time, but I told him, I said, I will pay for the materials. I will pay for the bird. Let's just say it's $400. Let's just say $300, whatever it is, the whole thing. And that we pay for that, and then we auction it off. And let's say it gets $1,000. Let's just say, what the hell, right? All of the profits, every single cent of that profit gets donated to the charity, either the vets or the kids. I want to do 2. And we only make like 5 a year. I'm thinking that would be just fucking awesome. And then we'll publicly announce it, and we'll publicly certify it so everybody sees that the profits are going to that. What are your thoughts? Do you think that's worth doing to build something like this? It doesn't have to be hydro dipped. I don't recommend you hydro dip a frame. I really don't, unless it's a drone. If you're going to do a drone, that's a different devil, because you don't usually crash drones, but a quad, if it's something you want to fly, guys, it'll look good for a while, but y'all know if you've ever flown, ain't gonna last long. I want to know your thoughts. I want to know your opinion on that. If you think it's something worth doing, or you think it's stupid. You guys know me. You can't offend the offensive. If you think it's stupid, just tell me. It's cool. But I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out a way to take our hobby and take the friendship and the loyalty and all the amazing things that we have and do something for ourselves, because we're doing builds and we're having fun. And I'm not asking for donations or anything like that. I'll pay for the whole thing. And then once the bird's paid, anything that's made profit-wise just gets donated. You don't lose anything. It's no big deal. You lose a little bit of time. What do you guys think? I don't know. I think it's cool. One last thing to point out. My brothers at Farview, my 2 favorite products are right here. The Mocha and Farview antennas. Those are my 2 favorite things. I'm a simple guy. What can I say? I did not do my Oreo cookie yet on this antenna. But I figured there's no rush. I always put the silicone in between the discs. Like, here, I'll just pick one. Here's the Hellbender, the Black Knight Hellbender. See the silicone between the discs? And then I do the Oreo cookie one, which is the white schmutz. That one's just still between there too. Anyway, I figure I'm flying this 3 times a year, and if I crash it, I'm going to be way more pissed about fucking up the frame than fucking this up. So anyway, that is it, guys. I would like you to meet the American Headhunter, the Patriot. I hope you liked this. I hope it was fun. It's probably the least amount I've ever cussed in my life. I love you guys. Thanks for your support. And Lincoln and your brother over there, I'm just floored. this turned out so gorgeous. And so did this. This is just insane. I'm going to make a drone out of this. This is going to be like an EWAD, if you guys that know my EWAD. Gary made this one for me. This is from Lincoln. This is from Gary. But they both did them both. You know, they did. And I told Gary today, I said, dude, I'm going to make this a drone. I am. A GPS-enabled drone. Because, again, it's so beautiful. I don't want to crash it. I mean, this is just the coolest thing. I love it. So, my brother's down in North Carolina and all you guys on this channel, I love you. Please give me your opinions. Let me know what you think. Take care. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye.
Bam, JJ. Hope you like fishing.